You spend years in school learning formulas, dates, and definitions. You learn how to follow instructions, how to pass tests, how to avoid mistakes. But almost nobody teaches you how to understand yourself. And that becomes a problem later in life. Because real success is not just about intelligence. It's about attention, emotion, confidence, identity. Things school rarely focuses on. Most education systems were designed during the industrial age. The goal was not self-discovery. It was obedience, structure, standardization. Psychologists call this external conditioning. Good grades become rewards. Mistakes become shame. Approval becomes survival. Over time, your brain starts believing, my value depends on my performance. And slowly, learning stops feeling exciting. It starts feeling dangerous. Because when the brain fears judgment, it avoids risk. Neuroscience shows that fear activates the amygdala, the brain's alarm system. And when the alarm system is active, creativity shuts down. That's why so many students become afraid of failure. Not because they're incapable, but because they were trained to associate mistakes with worthlessness. The problem is, real life rewards the opposite mindset. Life rewards people who can adapt, experiment, fail, recover. School often trains people to avoid uncertainty. But growth only happens inside uncertainty. And this creates a strange contradiction. You become educated, but disconnected from yourself. You know how to memorize information, but not how to handle rejection. Not how to regulate emotions. Not how to build meaning. So many people spend years chasing goals they never truly chose. Psychologists call this borrowed identity. You pursue success because it looks impressive, not because it feels meaningful. And eventually, achievement without meaning becomes exhausting. Because your brain can tell the difference between fulfillment and performance. One feeds your identity. The other only feeds your image. This is why some of the smartest students still feel lost later in life. They became experts at pleasing systems, but strangers to themselves. Now this doesn't mean education is useless. Knowledge matters. But real success begins when you understand the psychology behind your behavior. Think of the mind like a garden. Whatever you repeatedly focus on grows. If you constantly seek approval, dependency grows. If you constantly avoid discomfort, fear grows. But if you slowly train resilience, awareness, and focus, your mind changes too. That's neuroplasticity. The brain adapts to whatever you practice repeatedly. So what actually creates real success? Not perfect grades. Internal stability. The ability to stay focused during chaos. To act despite fear. To define success for yourself instead of borrowing it from society. And maybe that's the biggest thing school never teaches. How to build a relationship with your own mind. Because success was never supposed to be just a career. It was supposed to be alignment. When your actions, values, attention, and identity move in the same direction. And once that happens, you stop living only to meet expectations. And start living consciously, quietly, intentionally, like your life finally belongs to you. You spend years in school learning how to pass exams. But almost nobody teaches you how to understand your own mind. Students slowly begin linking self-worth with performance. Good grades feel like acceptance. Failure feels personal. Psychologists call this external conditioning. And when the brain fears judgment, creativity shuts down. Students stop taking risks. Stop asking questions. Start fearing failure. But real life rewards the opposite mindset. Life rewards people who can adapt, fail, recover, and think independently. Think of the mind like a garden. Whatever you repeatedly focus on grows stronger. If you constantly seek approval, fear grows. But if you practice focus and self-awareness, your mind changes too. That's neuroplasticity. And maybe that's the biggest thing school never teaches. Success is not just about achievement. It's about understanding yourself.